Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, let's welcome to the ring our main event participants. First, coming to us from Mexico, he is the challenger, Alexis Camacho.
Well, here we are, fight fans. It is the main event of the evening, live from the Alamodome, brought to you by Davies Entertainment, as we await the entrance of the challenger, Alexis Camacho. Camacho, a veteran of the ring from Monterrey, Mexico, 22-6 overall with 20 KOs to his name. He's fought once already in 2019, had that round 1 TKO against Alejandro Castañeda, who was making his pro debut that week. But a warrior of many ring battles is Camacho. This should be a fantastic test for Eddie Ortiz.
It should be. I've trained alongside Alexis Camacho. He's got a world-class trainer in Flaco behind him. Flaco has trained world champions like Jesus Chavez, I believe Ricardo Martinez, and countless others under the great Nacho Beristain.
Yes, a tremendous lineage when it comes to the training that Camacho has had. Currently being trained by Fernando Castrejon. And actually, Camacho now training fighters of his own as he owns a gym in Monterrey. In fact, he told me he took this fight to kind of prove to his kids that he could still be a top-class fighter.
And now let's welcome to the ring the defending champion from right here, San Antonio, Texas, Eddie the Hunter Ortiz.
My name is Eddie Ortiz. I was born and raised in San Antonio, Texas. I'm a fighter, no other way to put it. They call me the Hunter. The definition of that word is someone who seeks, pursues, or looks for something. I'm seeking out respect, I'm pursuing greatness, and I'm in search of legacy. I was raised by a family who taught me the value of hard work. I really want to capture lightning in a bottle. I was influenced by friends around me who taught me the value of loyalty. I train my body and mind every day to never give in, to never give up in my pursuit of credibility. I'm after more than just fame and fortune. I'm chasing forever. I want to be etched in stone as one of the greatest to ever do it. That's the hunt. That's the game.
WBC, US NBC silver middleweight champion, a 9-0-2 record, 4 KOs to his name. Age 28, right in the prime of his boxing career, and he's trying to make the most of it.
You see Eddie Ortiz coming out, representing his hometown with the Spurs. I mean, sorry Eddie, I like the Rockets, I like Westbrook and Harden, but I'll still root for you tonight, buddy. I mean, another training partner, another guy I've trained alongside with. So I'm rooting for both corners, man. I'm gonna be extra critical of both corners, extra neutral. I mean, I'm excited for a great fight.
Camacho coming out in the black trunks, whereas Ortiz is in basically a San Antonio Spurs kit. Let's take it up to Thomas Schreiber for the announcements of our main event.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for our featured bout. It is scheduled for 8 rounds, and it'll be for the WBC USNBC Silver Middleweight Championship. Brought to you by Davies Entertainment in association with Univision, along with their great sponsors, the Davis Law Firm. There's only one number to remember, and that's 4. And Broadway 5050 Alamo Heights. New menu, same cold beer. Your bar misses you. Come visit. It is sanctioned by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. Lead inspector tonight, Jim Erickson, along with the World Boxing Council President Mauricio Suleiman. Supervisor tonight, Joanna DeBrine. Our 3 judges scoring on a 10-point must system will be Ellis Johnson, Joel Elizondo, and Glenn Crocker, our referee in charge. Third man in this championship contest will be John Shorley. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the time has arrived. From the Alamodome here in San Antonio, Texas, this is our Alamo City Fight Night main event of the evening. Introducing to you first the challenger, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He's wearing black trimmed with white and weighed in at an even 160 pounds. Coming to us from Monterrey, Nuevo León, Mexico, he brings a professional record consisting of 22 wins, 6 defeats, with 20 of his 22 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Alexis Camacho. And his opponent across the ring in this main event, he is the defending champion, fighting tonight out of the red corner. He's wearing white with black and silver, and weighed in the same as his opponent, an even 160 pounds. Undefeated, he has 9 wins. 2 of his 9 wins come by way of knockout. From right here, San Antonio, Texas, here is the reigning and defending WBC, USNBC, silver middleweight champion, Eddie the Hunter Ortiz.
This is it, folks. The main event of the evening here from Alamo City Fight Night, brought to you by Davies Entertainment in conjunction with Univision. John Shorley, he will get the nod for this main event. He'll be the referee in this contest. Alexis Camacho, dressed in the black trunks with white trim. Coming out of the blue corner, coming out of the red corner is Eddie Ortiz in the Spurs-colored white with black trunks. And we are underway here in round 1. Both fighters very tall for their weight class, as Camacho is a legit 5'10", Ortiz a couple of inches taller than him, and with about 3 inches of a reach advantage or so.
Yeah, Ortiz definitely the bigger fighter, and the more naturally bigger fighter. He's fought at middleweight and super middleweight for most of his career. Alexis Camacho coming up from welterweight and super welterweight. So we'll see how that plays out. And it's also been a couple of years since Alexis Camacho has fought. And for Eddie Ortiz just a few months ago back in Austin at the Irwin Center.
Yes, that is very true, Casey. Before 2015, there was a long layoff for Camacho. He came back this year in April and was able to get a TKO round 1 victory against Alejandro Castañeda, who was just making his debut. So essentially a tune-up fight for this particular bout.
Right. And Ortiz taking a little bit of the advice I told him last time, and just to stay a little bit more calm, not set a pattern, and box and not fall into any traps. And that's what he's doing right now, staying calm, filling out the fight, and trying to be as technical as possible with a veteran like Camacho.
The crowd is strictly behind their hometown fighter, Eddie Ortiz, as we heard the chants of Eddie coming from the Alamodome faithful. And Ortiz.
A few headbutts actually that I saw right there that they ran into each other. And again, classic situation between a right-hander and a left-hander.
And they get to meet a little bit closer. It's all about the footwork when you're going against the southpaw, from what I've been told. As the southpaw usually tries to get that right foot around and out over the lead foot of the orthodox fighter.
Yeah, that's right. You know, because when your foot's on the outside, you can get close. You can position your body closer to your opponent, and you don't have to reach as far. You're not reaching forward. Your head's not above your knee. Beautiful left hand by Eddie Ortiz right there.
And that rocked his opponent just for a little while as it took him off balance. Camacho trying to keep the pressure on, though, after taking the hit. But Ortiz very calm and utilizing that Lennox Lewis style approach where he's using the length of his jab to keep himself comfortable.
And Camacho just caught Hunter just caught Camacho's head straight forward coming in. Camacho's leaning forward, trying to reach with those punches versus, like I said, trying to step forward, put his foot on the side of Ortiz's foot and get in there closer.
Well, Camacho does land the body shot that got in right underneath the elbow as we come to the final 10 seconds in our main event in round number 1. And Camacho answers with a left hand right to the face, and that's how round 1 will end. Both fighters kind of feeling each other out there in round 1.
Yeah, both fighters feeling each other out. You see Eddie trying to establish his distance, trying to keep the jab going, trying to make it a boxing match, and then of course you see Camacho trying to get in there inside of the reach of the Hunter and trying to land in some body shots to slow the Hunter down.
He has to go. Camacho has to go against a man that is 10 years his junior. Camacho 38, Ortiz 28. I know that age could be nothing but just a number, but you have to wonder how much does Camacho have in the tank if this fight starts to go into those championship rounds, round 6, round 7, and round 8.
Yeah, I believe he should. I believe he should. Taking a look at these replays here. Beautiful straight left hand by Eddie Ortiz that rocked Camacho a little bit. And then I believe at the end of the fight, another left hand from Camacho. So it was a pretty even round.
The veteran's always going to be crafty, and that's one of the things I asked about Ortiz. I asked him, do you ever feel at a disadvantage just because you don't have the experience? And he always tells me, no, he just goes in and fights his fight. He's trained very well. He likes to give credit to Marcos de los Santos over at Boxers and Brawlers, Javier Ortiz, Sergio Lara, and Christian Uania, his team that had him prepared for this fight.
Yeah, no, great preparation, I'm sure, training here in San Antonio. There's gyms all over the place. There's world-class gyms in people's backyards where they train champions, so I'm sure he has no problem finding good training, good trainers, and good sparring partners.
And actually, in the fight before, Kirkland told me he was very calm about fighting Phipps because he used to spar with Ortiz.
Right. And that's what I was going to mention earlier about the Jazz Phipps before it ended. You know, we'll see how Kirkland does with Phipps being a sparring partner of Eddie Ortiz and them two fighting. I'd like to see Eddie Ortiz get off the ropes right there. That was a good move by Camacho, trapping him, landing some shots, and then moving out. He just moved a little bit too far out.
And the bigger fighter in Ortiz kind of using that body weight to kind of push himself away from the corner. But it is Camacho who takes control of the center of the ring and is trying to push the pace of this fight.
And he is pushing it. But you see Eddie Ortiz's face. He's not setting a pattern. He's feigning. He's making it awkward for Camacho. And he's doing beautifully on that with those straight right hands. those straight left hands.
Casey, I think you talked about during the ring walk that he learned a lot in that fight against Jazz Phipps, did Ortiz. And he told me he took a lot of that test that he got from Phipps and is putting it into his work for this particular fight.
And you can see it. He's still getting hit a little bit too much for my taste, but he's not setting the pattern. He's not being one-dimensional. He's boxing, he's moving, he's parrying, he's moving his head, he's trying to throw some combinations, but again, the veteran Camacho, look at him, he's moving his head too, doing the same thing, not setting a pattern, making it hard, pressing the fight, holding, making it hard, making it awkward. That's what he should do.
And Camacho just not backing down, just bullying his way in, not afraid to take a hit to deliver a couple.
No, Camacho is definitely not afraid. He's in there to fight. He's a true Mexican warrior. He's not going to give up. He's not going to give any ground. And he just landed a beautiful right hand right there, doing that. Sticking to the game plan, sticking to his game plan. Eddie Ortiz is getting away from his game plan. Don't let him inside. Keep your jab. Keep your back off the ropes. Don't set the pattern. Stay busy. That was a good shot right there. You just got to follow up.
Well, Ortiz finds himself near the corner and answers with a left hook to the body.
And that was a good move right there. Camacho was chasing Ortiz. Ortiz stood his ground, threw his shoulder into Ortiz's chin.
Looks
And,
like
you know, if he ran into it, he ran into it. You know, it's a legal move.
It looked like Camacho landed a right hand before the end of the round. As we go on to the break here of round number 2, it looks like Ortiz had his back against the ropes a little bit longer than he wanted to towards the end of that round. And as we see here in the corner, he's getting his instructions from his training staff as he looks to make his adjustments.
And he's got excellent training with Flaco Castrejon, a seasoned trainer from Mexico City. Again, like I said, trained under Nacho Verstein, trained Jesus Chavez, trained Anissa Zamora, trained Ricardo Martinez. But as you can see from the highlights, both guys are exchanging shots, so another close round.
Can I ask you this, Casey? There's a lot of times after Camacho is finished throwing, he decides to let that right hand stay down, kind of flail away. It looks like there's an opportunity for Ortiz to catch him with a counter if he notices it.
That's definitely an opportunity. I think it just comes from a little bit of a layoff, you know, him just being a little bit fatigued and just overthrowing that hand and just like letting it swing, like you said, and letting it just fly out there. But he's doing a little bit better this round with that. He's throwing some shorter, straighter shots to his Camacho.
Well, you've said it many times, and just in case people are just tuning in for the main event here, you said you have to protect yourself at all times. It sounds cliche, but it's been very true in some of the fights that we have seen here tonight.
Always, always true. I mean, cliches come from the truth. So it doesn't matter how old they get or what they turn into. I mean, the truth is the truth. And yeah, protect yourself at all times. Like I said, that's a rule for life, sports, and reality.
And it seems like it's not so much about making clean contact for Camacho. It's just about making contact, whether he hits him with a forearm or he hits him with the inside of his arm, or if it's going to be the back of the glove.
Right, and that was better defense right there by Ortiz. And that's what he needs to have. He needs to have that defense first before he can start touching the body or touching his arms or touching his face or anything like that first.
Good
right there, make him
maneuvers.
miss and then make him pay.
So you like to see
Same
him
thing
come
with
back?
Camacho too. Even though you're being the more aggressive fighter, he did it right there. Even though you're being the more aggressive fighter, come in, be aggressive, make him throw, make him miss, and then make him pay. And then there you go right there. What you were saying, you were talking about earlier about Camacho. Yeah, just launching that right hand and just letting it fly and then keeping it down afterwards. That's very dangerous.
It was a stiff jab delivered by Ortiz, and now he hits him with the right and just misses with the uppercut.
I think you can see Camacho wearing down just a little bit, but he's keeping a straight face because he's such a veteran. But and so is Ortiz. Ortiz is doing an excellent job, but he's just getting hit just a little too much. Keep the head moving. Keep BK. There you go. You know, keep your defense. Roll your hands. Moving at all times. Not setting a pattern. And same thing with Camacho. You can do the same thing. You can box coming forward. You can still be a boxer and be an aggressive forward fighter that comes forward.
Right now, it's Ortiz who has the distance that he wants as he evades those wild swinging punches from the incoming Camacho. It's kind of like a bull against a matador, and it is Ortiz playing with the cape.
It is close fight because Ortiz is landing some beautiful shots.
There was one again right
boxing,
there.
Good combo. That's right there. That's what Ortiz needs to do. Just let your hands go. Don't try to like wind up and load up on everything. Just touch them up. Land your little good combinations. Short, sharp, fast, and then get out.
Camacho's coming in hard here in round 3.
Yeah, or Camacho definitely bringing the pressure. And that's what he needs to do. He needs to wear Ortiz down. Move his head, and same thing, do the same thing that Ortiz needs to do. Move your head, don't get hit, make him miss, make him pay.
This is really great news for Ortiz. This is really the last dangerous round that we have seen record-wise for Camacho. He has had 4 knockdowns in round 3, and the numbers dwindle after round 4.
Yeah, I definitely see the momentum swinging in the Hunter's favor. But Camacho's still a live opponent, still there, still punching, still throwing, and he's still got Coach Flaco in his corner, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, he has a world-class trainer in his corner that can definitely help turn the tide of the fight. But right now, Ortiz, he's just looking like the fresher fighter at the moment as we take a look at some of the replays from the action of the last round.
Yeah, right there. See, he let his hands go, not too much power on it. They all didn't land, but the last one did. And that's what you got to do whenever you're fighting a tough fighter. You can't load up on everything. You can't load up on everything. You just gotta let your hands go, and the punches will land.
Well, it looks like Camacho told him to really work with that left hook before he had to leave the ring. And I know that you have a lot on this fight just because you know these two fighters very well, Casey.
Yeah, I do. I know I've trained alongside both these guys for numerous years and for numerous times of training sessions. And, you know, it never gets easy, but another cliche in boxing is there's no friends in the ring. There's no friends in the ring. That's it. You're the only person in that ring, no matter who you're fighting, who you're facing. They're trying to hurt you. You're trying to hurt them.
It's a dangerous sport. It's about hitting and not be hit, establishing pain, making the other one hurt, but afterward, to stay classy and to be friends afterwards. But right now in the squared circle, there are no friends, like you said. You're one deep in there.
No friends. Yep. A tribute to our boy One Deep McGowan from our last fight at the Irwin Center.
He spoke the truth, getting the win in that fight back in August.
Right. The only person in there. You're only one deep.
Ortiz connects with the left hand, and there's the right swooping in.
Yeah, Ortiz is definitely in a rhythm now. He's moving full force with all the momentum.
And he's had great movement here in the round early on as he's been evasive, but now Camacho kind of catches him against the ropes as Ortiz is trying to fight out of the grasp of Camacho and does a good job keeping his hands free. Oh, and Camacho, stunning right hand. It didn't affect Ortiz too much as he keeps his head movement, but that one did connect, and Camacho again slips in the right.
No, that didn't look too good. It didn't hurt him too much, but it didn't look good. Ortiz just got caught posing, standing still, staring at Camacho, and of course Camacho, the veteran, let it go and let it land.
And we're right here in front of us at ringside, the back against the ropes. Now off of it is Ortiz as the fight returns towards the middle of the ring. Great excitement here in round 4 as we're at the midway point of our scheduled 8-rounder.
Yeah, great fight right in front of us. Both guys showing their skills, showing everything they got. Ortiz landing some good body shots, but it just does not seem to slow Camacho down. He's still in there throwing.
And Camacho looking so calm, his mouth completely closed. It seems that he is trained very well for this fight, and the stamina is definitely there for the older fighter.
Yeah, both guys are in a fight. Both guys remaining calm. I think Ortiz is just, he might be just taking a little bit of a rest right now. He doesn't seem to be in too much trouble, but Camacho is definitely winning this part of the round.
But you know, Ortiz is used to the pressure. He felt it at the Irwin Center. He even noted that this particular event does not take place unless he gets the win at the Irwin Center. He is no stranger while he's under pressure as Ortiz as he starts to answer back here towards the end.
Yeah, he is. He's answering back. He's back in the rhythm. That was a close fight. That was a close round, excuse me, to judge. Eddie Ortiz was in his rhythm in the very beginning, and then towards the end, Camacho caught a second win, it seemed like, and took over the round.
Casey, let me ask you, you mentioned that this was a close round to score. So far, as we're moving our way to round number 5, how do you see this fight? Has Ortiz done enough to be ahead on the judges' scorecards now?
We're coming into the second half of the fight, and I do believe that for the first 4 rounds, Ortiz did have the advantage, but some of those rounds in between were close, you know. So it's only 4 rounds in. It could be 2-2, it could be 3-1. You know, it's up for grabs, I think, at this point.
Well, both of these fighters are used to going the distance. That's definitely true. Regardless of the KO count for Camacho, some of those have come late. He has never been able to get a knockdown in round 5. Same for Ortiz. The latest he's ever knocked down anybody is in round 3. But then again, Ortiz has only gone to round 6 in round 8 twice in his career, and those were both in the same fight. Respectively, of course. Round number 5. Here in our main event from the Alamodome.
Beautiful move right there by Ortiz. You know, Camacho's just relentless with his pressure, as he should be. He's the smaller guy. He needs to come forward, break Ortiz down, and do his best to get inside his long-rangey punches. But it's just very difficult because Ortiz is still a boxer, and he's just throwing beautiful punches right there. He landed a 2-3.
Yeah, we saw the sweat fly right off of the face after the connection of that last punch from Ortiz. But Ortiz taking a couple of punches there from Camacho, and then there's that left hand trying to get to the body. He's hit him in the back a lot as his back is a little welted there. Some red spots you can see on Ortiz.
Another good veteran move by Camacho, doing his best to smother Ortiz, and he did do it, but another cagey move back from Ortiz. He pushed him off with the shoulder. The ref didn't say anything. Hey, if you get away with it, it's legal.
Exactly, you just try to push it until the referee breaks it up. And especially when you're a crafty veteran like Camacho, you'll use every trick in the book in order to come away with success.
And he's trying, he's doing it. He's just got the unforgiving pressure that's coming on right now. He's letting his hands go. He's making Ortiz think on his feet, and we're in a fight right now.
Yeah, Ortiz really having to push Camacho off because of the relentless pressure. A short hook lands for Ortiz, but Camacho again relentless as he continues his pursuit of the hunter. It is the hunter being hunted.
And the only thing about being relentless like that is you just got to watch out for those straight punches just walking into them. But Camacho, again, he's a cagey veteran. He's keeping his hands up. He's making Ortiz miss, but not right here. He's on the ropes. Ortiz has switched the roles. He's the aggressor, and we'll see how this pans out.
Yeah, the fight fans here in San Antonio are starting to get really loud because they can sense something spectacular could be amiss. But as Camacho, who valiantly fights his way off of the ropes, only for him to be stopped by Ortiz yet again, as these two trade blow in that white corner on the right side of the ring.
Now these guys are standing in front of each other, but if you watch closely, they're doing little subtle things. Look at that beautiful head movement by Ortiz. He made him miss, made him pay right there. Beautiful defense, beautiful boxing.
Camacho
These
looks
guys
hurt.
are fighting right now.
Camacho against the ropes. The referee is still going to let him continue as Camacho is able to fight back. Only 20 seconds left in the round. Round number 5 of our main event, brought to you by Davies Entertainment here at Alamo City Fight Night in the Alamodome. Great stuff coming towards the end of round number 5. Another landed shot for Ortiz, and that left hand has been so dangerous. 10 seconds left, and there's the bell. What a round, Casey. What a round.
Eddie Ortiz took it for sure at the end. It was close up until that point. Ortiz, I believe, was doing what I thought and just taking a rest, taking a break, doing his best to just recover a little bit. You know, he wasn't like hurt or anything like that, just trying to recover, trying to regain some focus, regain some of the momentum, and he's taking the momentum full force into the second half of the fight.
Yeah, what turned out to be a little bit of a scrap there in the round ultimately ended into a full-out brawl as both fighters were going wildly on the swings.
Yeah, as you can see here, Eddie Ortiz just, again, putting his relentless pressure on there, doing his due diligence to move his head, make Camacho miss, and then making him pay eventually with a beautiful left hand.
Admittedly, I have to be impressed by Camacho's will to stay in there. He took a mean shot with the left hand. He looked hurt. He tied up shortly.
And he's not just taking a beating, but he's also physically just tired. You know, he just physically looks a little bit more worn than Ortiz, but his experience is just coming through, and he's just, you know, he's in there. He's not giving up. He's not going to quit.
The veteran not showing it on his face. We are here in round 6, where Camacho has had at least one knockdown in his career. As for Ortiz, he's never knocked down an opponent past round 3, but then again, Ortiz doesn't have the same amount of work that Camacho has had over his 10-plus years in the ring.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful shot by Ortiz, but before that, Camacho landed about 3 or 4 in a row that were unanswered.
It has been a difficult fight to score so far as we're past the midway point now in round number 6 as we are in those championship rounds in our scheduled 8-rounder as the WBC US NBC silver middleweight titleist Eddie Ortiz is going against Alexis Camacho.
Yeah, we're deep in it now. But what I like to see for Ortiz is just for him to let his hands go, just tap him up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and move. 1, 2, 3, 4, and move, and just get out instead of letting one shot go, one powerful shot go, and then either landing or missing.
But you know, Casey, despite being the taller fighter, he's been able to duck a lot of those punches like he just did right there, and getting under those wild hooks.
Yeah, and he has, and that goes that goes for both fighters. Eddie Ortiz is the taller guy. He should be boxing, making a miss, but so should Camacho on the way in. Coming in, hands up, moving your head, making a miss, making him pay.
The crowd getting behind the hometown pugilist and Eddie Ortiz as they were chanting, Eddie, Eddie. But now Camacho kind of quieting that crowd as he starts with a flurry of his own. But he missed wildly there.
Camacho is tough as nails. He is tough as nails. He's just letting them go.
Well, there is so much that motivates Camacho And again, he told me the reason he steps back in is for his kids at the gym. He wants to show them that you can have heart and that you can do right. If you do everything right, that you can be somebody. But Ortiz eating back one after delivering a big blow from himself.
Those were some huge hits that Camacho absorbed, a straight 1-2, very flush, and then returned with his own.
Just like round number 5, Camacho is in that corner, and every time he looks like he's in trouble, he finds a way to survive.
True Mexican warrior. That's all it is, you know. The same thing for Eddie Ortiz. He's got the Mexican blood in him. He's from San Antonio. You know, it's a huge fight town. They love the way he fights. You can hear the crowd right now. They're into it.
Camacho rights and lefts. Ortiz answers back. He has Camacho against the ropes, but he is still firing away as Camacho. What a fight that we have here in the later rounds of our main event. And the crowd extremely rowdy here at the Alamodome. I love it, folks.
Yeah, definitely chanting for Eddie. Hometown crowd behind him, but you got to give it to Camacho. This guy is out here. He's come all the way from Mexico. He's showing. He wants to show the kids how tough he is, and he's showing them, man.
Over the left hand, hurt Camacho, and the referee will step in.
Saved by the bell.
And he's saved by the bell, just barely. Just barely. It looked like he could have been out on his feet, Casey, after taking those left hands on the chin.
He could have been. He was. It's not he could have been. He was out on his feet, saved by the bell, saved by the ref, saved by his trainer. Let's see what Flacco does. How can he revive him for these last 2 rounds? What can Flacco do? What kind of experience, veteran tricks can Flacco, the trainer from Mexico, bring out of his pockets? Let's take a look.
Yes, sir. Let's take a look. There was that left hand. It looked like it stunned Camacho. He got a little wobbly there, but he still fires back. True heart of a champion.
Still returning, getting hit. Was out on his feet. Was about to get hit again, and then of course saved by the bell, saved by the ref. And hopefully he's saved by his corner. I want to see him finish the fight. He's put in a lot of work.
I think everybody agrees with you here. They want to see this one continue on, as it has been a tremendous brawl between these two. I thought we were going to get more of a boxing match from Ortiz, but he's really had to show a different side of a fighter that he is capable of being.
Yeah, he definitely had to pull out the tough man card on this one. Camacho just was, Eddie Ortiz did do his best to box and to move away from Camacho, but it just wasn't working for him, so he made the adjustment in the corner. Now he's pressing the fight, and now he's winning.
And surprisingly, Camacho, despite being in trouble many times throughout this fight, has looked very comfortable coming off against the ropes.
He has, but I'm a little bit uncomfortable him being there. He got rocked a couple of times already. He looks like he's getting caught a couple of times now. I'd like to see him just take the center of the ring and just fight his heart out like he is.
Yeah, Camacho's willing to take the punch to deliver one. That was a big hit that missed the head, but it hit him right on the shoulder. And Camacho answers back with a monster uppercut.
Man, these guys are just giving it their all. Beautiful fight by Ortiz. I'd like to see him get hit just a little bit less. Camacho is a great, tough fighter. And it's showing it here right now with Ortiz.
Oh, he's bringing it to light here under the bright lights of the Alamodome. Here's Ortiz, though, as the sweat drips on us after that shot here at ringside. Big time fight brought to you by Davies Entertainment here on Univision. Glad that you can be with us here this evening from the Alamodome here in the Alamo City.
Another veteran move again by Ortiz. Camacho will just put up that pressure, trying to make it awkward, trying to hold, trying to make it a tough fight. Ortiz just said, nope, I don't want none of that. Used his shoulder, pushed him off, and then returned with some shots.
Camacho again takes a shot to the chin, this time from the right hand of Ortiz. The left comes in. That's the power hand for Ortiz, as he is the southpaw fighter.
And this seems like an eternity. I'm not even in there, and this round seems like it's just going on forever.
That right
I can't
hook,
imagine these guys.
The hook did stun Camacho as he slew down just a little bit. And he's still against the ropes, less than a minute to go, as both of these warriors continue to battle in our main event tonight. What a fight. Missed with that looping right hand. And Ortiz has Camacho right against the ropes here now. Both fighters dancing across the ring. Monster right hand.
Good move by Ortiz. Ducked his head, made Camacho miss, and returned immediately with the right hook.
But those uppercuts find a way to sneak in from Camacho. Keeping Ortiz respective of Camacho's power.
And then finally Ortiz gets a warning from the ref not to use the shoulder, but like I said, if you get away with it, it's legal. Just keep using it, keep using it, keep going till the ref tells you something.
Last 10 seconds of the round. Camacho caught him with a straight right hand. Ortiz trying to fire back. It has been a great fight thus far, fight fans. And we only have one more round to go here in the main event. I don't think you could have drawn it up any more exciting than this.
Yeah, great round, great fight. Great main event here. Again, shout out to Keith Underwood for consulting, for doing the matchmaking. Shout out to Davies Entertainment for putting on an awesome show here in the Alamodome, here in the Alamo City, San Antonio, home of the Spurs, home of the UTSA Roadrunners.
That's
another beautiful uppercut by Camacho. He's still not out of it. I mean, he's taking some punishment, but look at him. He's just returning. I mean, he's relentless. I mean, he's a tough, he's a Mexican warrior. He's not going to give up.
But Ortiz, he fights valiantly as well here, as you saw him return after taking those big shots, Casey.
Yeah, he did. I mean, and that's got to be discouraging. But I mean, my hat's off to Ortiz because, you know, if I'm in there giving somebody everything I got, and they're just not going down. You know, that's a tough one to take.
Well, Flaco tried to give Ortiz Camacho some water. Camacho saying, no, I don't need to drink that water. Let's get going. Just tell me what I need to do.
Yeah, he's tough, and he doesn't even care what's going on. His eyes are swollen. He's got cuts. You know, I mean, he's just in it. He's ready to finish his last round like a true warrior that he is.
Yeah, you talk about the swelling. He has a
Fight
huge
fans,
welt.
let's cheer these
Camacho
two
over that
combatants
left
on.
eyelid.
This is the
Ortiz, we saw him very
and
calm,
final
signaling to the crowd that
round.
he's got this. Here in our 8th and final round of our main event, this is Alamo City Fight Night, and this is the Alamodome, folks. We thank you once again for stopping by with us. 8th round of the main event. It has been a spectacular fight between these two so far. And there's the chant of Eso, that's it, as Eddie Ortiz was able to catch the opening hit.
It's funny you say that's all I used to hear. That's where I learned that word, first word, when I heard that was here in San Antonio.
Eso.
Eso.
And you love to hear it when you're one of the fighters because you know you're doing things right.
That's right.
Ortiz able to take that hit, but he slowed down just a little bit there. Camacho, a valiant warrior in his own right. I think when the kids in Mexico, back in his gym in Monterrey, see this fight, they're going to have much more respect for their trainer if they already have the respect.
I hope so, and not just for their trainer, but for any fighter that steps in the ring, including themselves, because it just takes everything you got just to step in there, whether you're an amateur, whether you're a professional. And here we have sweat flying off the corner. I mean, it's a great night of fights.
Oh, it is up close, and it is personal, and that one rocked both fighters as they both exchanged.
It's amazing. Camacho just still has power. I mean, even him being fatigued and being rocked, I mean, he's still got the power. He's still got the leverage. He's still got the heart. And he's just in there.
And that's
ready.
because Camacho didn't make weight the first time around yesterday. He had to shed another pound, and he still looks rather fresh.
And that's another factor, too, you know. Making weight takes a lot out of you. And we could be seeing the effects of that right here in this 8th round.
Camacho. That shot was partially blocked by Ortiz, as Ortiz trying to corner the smaller fighter again and pushes him against the ropes. Connected with a right and then the left. And a veteran tie-up there by Camacho. This crowd extremely rowdy and electric, the only way you would want it for a big fight. Ortiz has him against the ropes still. And the chants of Eddie ring throughout the Alamodome as he finishes with that left hand.
Hats off to both fighters.
Oh, Camacho took an ugly uppercut. He looks dazed against the ropes, but he continues to fight on. What a heart from Camacho.
There's just no quitting either of these guys. They train too hard.
How do you score this fight? I will have no clue, but both of these pugilistic warriors have given us everything they have here tonight at Alamo City Fight Night. There's the uppercut and then the straight right hand. Final 10 seconds of the main event.
Beautiful shots. I don't be surprised if these guys start throwing combinations right now.
And that
Beautiful
will
fight.
do it. The end, there's the respect. Ortiz knows that that was a great fight. Camacho knows that he did the best he could, as he has that stoic expression still on his face despite the beating that he took, but he delivered a partial beating of his own, and now Casey is left in the hands of the judges.
It is left in the hands of the judges. I mean, my hat's off to both fighters. My hat's off to Camacho for coming in here and taking a fight off a couple of years off. I mean, he had one fight return, but I mean, look at the punishment he's taking right here. Right on the ropes, a body shot, you know, shoulders, hands, you know, because you're not just getting hit with the gloves, you're getting hit with elbows. Look at that, elbows, shoulders, everything. I mean, both these guys just gave it their all in there.
If Camacho was a lesser fighter, Ortiz would have finished him off, but with the heart of a true warrior like that, there was no way it was going to be an easy night for Ortiz. And we go the distance again. There you see the WBC US NBC silver middleweight title as the judges are tallying up their decisions. You have any prediction of which way this could possibly go, Casey?
I do believe that Ortiz got the unanimous decision. He did enough, you know, but there were some rounds in there that were questionable. He was getting hit with some solid flush shots that he shouldn't have gotten hit with, but you know, it's all a learning experience. You know, he take it back to the gym. He's got nothing to be ashamed of. I mean, he did awesome. He looked sharp. Both fighters just, I mean, what can you do? What can you do with a fighter like Camacho?
Well, if any of the judges are scoring after the fight, it looks like Camacho is the one that took the worst part of the beating. Ortiz still looks a little fresh.
Right. He does, but you know, we'll see what the judges have to say.
Oh, I think we finally have our verdict. Let's toss it up to Thomas Schreiber for what will be the results of our main event here at Alamo City Fight Night.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Ellis Johnson scores it 80-72. Judge Joel Elizondo scores it 77-75. And Judge Glenn Crocker scores it 79-73. All in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And still, WBC, USNBC silver middleweight champion, Eddie the Hunter Ortiz.
What a valiant effort from both fighters shown here in our main event at the Alamodome here tonight, Casey. But like you said, Eddie Ortiz, he won those early rounds, and he did more than enough to see his way through to maintain that WBC.
And how about a big round of applause for Alexis Camacho?
I hope he moves on to bigger and better things after this, and I think he will. You know, I hope he takes in my advice and keeps learning in the gym, goes straight back to the gym. No gaining weight, you know what I'm saying, none of that stuff, and taking it as seriously as possible.
He's in the prime of his career. He needs to capitalize on it, and he definitely did so tonight after fighting what could be described as a brutal war between him and Alexis Camacho. But I have so much respect, even more so now tonight for Camacho after what he's shown us here this evening.
That's right, yeah, nothing but respect. I've always had respect for both of these guys, and my hat's off to both of them. Much love, much respect to anybody and everybody stepping in the ring.
I think we can take this time to thank everybody once again, the Univision, especially Davies Entertainment for putting this together. What a great fight tonight. Great card, everything action-packed. Saw a little bit of everything that you would want to see if you're a fight fan. And now we get the whole crew in the ring. It was a terrific main event, and I'm glad that you were able to witness it with us here on Univision, Damas y Caballeros.
Yeah, awesome fight, awesome night of fights. I was excited to be a part of it all. Thank you to Davies Entertainment. Thanks to the consultant on the background, Keith Underwood, for putting on a good show with the matchmaking. Thank you to all the fans that came out. Thank you to Univision with the production. And let's see what we got ringside.
Well, we still got a few more pictures to be taken, and rightfully so. Everybody worked so hard, the production crew. Let's give a big thanks to everybody out in the truck. Thank you for the production guys that We've worked so hard all morning to get everything set up and make sure that we have all this on air for you.
Yeah,
Big thanks
everybody all the way around. All the way to the refs, the doctors, the ring doctors, the referees, the judges, everybody. It takes a lot for the show to go.
Yeah, everybody plays their part. And we're just trying to get our post-fight interview here. And I think we are ready. We'll toss it up to Paco up in the ring with our champion, Eddie
Thank you,
Ortiz.
guys. Eddie, we gotta start by saying go Spurs, go, go, Eddie, go!
Yeah, go Spurs, go, baby.
It's gotta taste different right here in San Antonio with you people still undefeated, Eddie.
Yeah, still undefeated, man. I had a tough fight tonight. All my hats off to Alexis Camacho. He took me to another level just tonight. He had 3 amount of the fights that I had, so it was just a good experience for me to get in there with somebody who can actually take my shots and figure out the boxing aspect of it to where I had to change my game plan and do something that I'm not used to, so I appreciate him for that.
How did he change your game plan? We saw some rounds that you were pretty dominant, but some of the rounds that you were taking some serious punches. What did that change?
The fact that he just has the experience, man. He's been in there with the best. I mean, if you look at his record, you can see that the fights that he has been in, they have been very good opponents who are now, I mean, Erickson Lubin is challenging for a world title. He fought him, so I wanted this experience, and I gave him enough time of a camp to come in the best Alexis Camacho that we could get. We knew that he'd be coming to win my belt, so I knew it was going to be tough. He made me take out the dog out of me. Zarzamora Street gym dog. Tony Ayala Sr. taught me that. It don't matter how hard you're going to hit me, I'm going to fuck you up. It don't matter.
You're still telling know what gets on your radar, what next for Eddie?
Whatever they put in front of me right now, I'm about to go get some tacos, man, and relax with my friends. Two camps back to back. 20 weeks I've been in the gym. I got some injuries that I need to take a break on. I think I threw out my shoulder like in the 4th or 5th round. But you know, I can't show that with this kind of guy, man, because he was taking some shots that when I hit people with those shots, man, they either get hurt or they go down. So.
Alexis, vimos un boxeo bastante interesante, un boxeo en el que tú llegaste yendo al frente todo el tiempo. A pesar de que estabas tomando golpes, también no te rajaste, lo podemos decir así en español. Seguiste yendo al frente.
Sí, lo que pasa es que estoy peleando en su casa. Sabía yo que tenía que hacer un gran esfuerzo. No es suficiente con ganar un round apretado. Al estar en su casa, tenía que hacer un esfuerzo mayor todavía. Sabía que si quería ese cinturón, tenía que arrasar con él o noquearlo. Solo tienes dos opciones. Y traté de ir por eso. He estado en activo bastantito tiempo. Como aproximadamente estuve como 3.5 o 4 años off. Y luego hice una pelea que nomás duró un round. Y de ahí viene para acá. Me gustaría una revancha ya con más tiempo de ya más activo, porque como te digo, estuve 4 años inactivo y solo hice una pelea que duró un round. Fue una gran pelea, creo que a la gente le encantó. Creo que una revancha estaría más que aceptada por la gente y me encantaría. Si me dan la oportunidad otra vez de pelear con Eddie por el cinturón, estaría encantadísimo.
Bueno, aquí tenemos a Eddie, ¿por qué no se lo preguntamos de una vez? Eddie.
Whatever they tell me, I don't care.
Ahí lo tiene.
Whatever they tell me. Whatever they tell me, I know we're ranked in the WBC, so I know they're trying to get me somebody that's a little bit higher than me. But whatever, I don't give a shit.
Ahí lo tienen. I'm pretty sure a lot of people in San Antonio would like to see that rematch. Felicidades, Alexis. Congratulations to you too, Eddie.